Our planet is home to a staggering number of people. For centuries, this number has only grown larger. We've recently passed a remarkable milestone: 8 billion individuals sharing this Earth. But now, for the first time in a very long time, experts are predicting a change. The global population might actually start to shrink. This shift from constant growth to potential decline is a big deal. It signals a fundamental change in the human story. Imagine a world where there are fewer schools needed because there are fewer children. Picture retirement homes outnumbering maternity wards. This isn't science fiction, it's a possible future we're facing. Understanding why this is happening requires looking at several factors. Improved healthcare and living conditions mean people are living longer, which is good news. However, birth rates in many parts of the world are plummeting. Couples are choosing to have fewer children or no children at all, for a multitude of reasons. This demographic shift, from a predominantly young and growing population to an older and shrinking one, will have profound implications for our planet and our species. It's a future full of unknowns demanding our attention and careful planning. The global economy, that intricate web of trade, innovation, and labor, thrives on a simple principle: growth. A growing population typically means more consumers, more workers, and more demand for goods and services. But what happens when the population starts to shrink? This engine of economic growth could begin to sputter. Imagine a factory floor with fewer hands to operate the machines, or a bustling city center with fewer customers walking into shops. A shrinking workforce can lead to labor shortages, potentially driving up wages and making it more expensive to produce goods. This in turn can push prices higher for consumers, leading to inflation. Governments rely on taxes to fund essential services like healthcare, education, and infrastructure. With a smaller pool of taxpayers and increasing demands from an aging population, governments might face difficult choices. Should they raise taxes or cut back on services? Finding the right balance will be crucial. The economic effects of a shrinking population won't be felt overnight. It's a gradual process that will unfold over decades. However, the sooner we acknowledge this demographic shift and start planning for it, the better equipped we'll be to adapt and thrive in a world with fewer people. Every society, from bustling cities to remote villages, relies on a delicate balance between generations. The young bring energy and innovation, while the older generation offers experience and wisdom. But what happens when the scales tip too far in one direction? As the global population ages, we face the challenge of caring for more elderly citizens than ever before. Healthcare systems, already strained in many parts of the world, will be put to the test. Chronic illnesses, which become more common with age, require ongoing care and medication. Finding enough doctors, nurses, and caregivers to meet the needs of a growing elderly population will be a significant hurdle. The financial burden of caring for an aging population is another major concern. Retirement pensions, long-term care facilities, and other social safety nets will be stretched thin. Families too will feel the pressure as more and more adults find themselves caring for elderly parents while also raising their own children. Addressing these challenges will require a multi-pronged approach. Investing in geriatric healthcare, developing innovative models for at-home care, and fostering intergenerational support systems will be essential to ensuring the well-being of our aging population. Section 4. A greener planet, not so fast. It's tempting to think that a smaller human footprint would automatically be good for the environment. Fewer people means less demand for resources and less pollution. But the impact of a shrinking population is more nuanced. It could ease pressure on natural resources and reduce emissions. Imagine cities with cleaner air and wildlife reclaiming habitats. However, economic stagnation could hinder renewable energy investment. High consumption rates could negate environmental benefits. Solving our environmental woes requires sustainable practices and reduced consumption. Section 5. Shifting sands of global power. For centuries, global power dynamics have been shaped by military might, economic prowess, and population size. A nation's influence often correlated with its mobilized workforce and consumer reach. As demographics shift, we can expect a reshuffling of the global order. Countries with declining populations might see their clout diminish. This could create a power vacuum for other nations to assert themselves. Growing populations in Africa and Asia might surge in influence. This demographic dividend could reshape global trade, diplomacy, and alliances.